Hi, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss the chief characteristics of Germanic or Teutonic languages. You are all familiar with the chief characteristics, right? They are the first two characteristics stated by Jacob Grimm and Werner, then Ablaut and Umlaut, the Teutonic accent, the verbal system, then simplification of inflectional system, and the declension of adjectives. Today we will be dealing with Ablaut and Umlaut. Of all these Germanic characteristics, we have already dealt with Grimm's law and Werner's law. And in this session, we are going to deal with Ablaut and Umlaut. The rest of the characteristics, I mean the Teutonic accent, then the verbal system, the simplification of inflectional system, and the declension of adjectives, we will be discussing in another presentation. So, we have studied, you all know that we have already covered the changes in consonants as stated by Grimm's law and Werner's law. And now about the third characteristics, Ablaut and Umlaut. Ablaut and Umlaut deal with the change in Indo-European vowel system as it got separated from the Germanic languages, as it got separated as Germanic from the parent language Indo-European. Okay, so let us deal with Ablaut first. Ablaut is also called vowel gradation. I have already told the point that Ablaut refers to the change in Indo-European vowel system, and this was stated by Jacob Grimm. He stated that vowels had undergone a change in related form of words. That means you can understand this easily with some words from modern English. Consider the change in vowels in modern English word sing. The three form of the verb sing, sang and sung. Here, in this related words sing, sang and sung, we can easily understand the change in vowels. That is sing, that means E, the E sound, and sang, A, and sung, U. In these related words, the changes in vowels are E, A, and U sounds. These words, I mean the three words, the three forms of sing, sang and sung, I have quoted just for the sake of understanding the concept only. For the understanding of this concept, what it means by the change of vowels in related words. Likewise, there were several series of vowels in Old English words which changed in this way. The chief change, the chief one being the sounds E, A and U, these series. Basically, ablaut is evident in the principal parts of the word, that means the root word, the principal parts of the verb, and the addition of the suffix, addition of any suffix to the root of a verb to form a tense or participle, that means V3 form. Participle involves the shifting of the accent, and this lead to the modification of the root syllable. Thus, Anglo-Saxon Old English verbs, the present, past and the past participle show a grading of vowel in the root syllable. These are certain examples of ablaut in Old English strong verbs. All the 6 classes of Old English strong verb, there are 6 classes of Old English strong verb, and all these 6 classes of Old English strong verbs show change in vowels. Example, the Old English word for to ride, the modern English word to ride is riden. That changed to rad, riden and ridden. Similarly, here in this word ridden, rad and ridden, there are changes in vowels, that is e in ridden and rad a, and ridden I, ridden and ridon and ridden. Similarly, class 2 vowels, COs and become CS, then Quran, Koran, etc. The vowel changes is E, U and O. Here in the word COs and the inflectional ending, that means COs and AN, the inflectional ending AN also got elided. Similar is the case with class 3, 4, 5 and 6. There are the change in vowels. The change in vowels can be noticed in these related forms. Just go through the example. You have to cite this while you write ablaut. Okay. Next is the change of emphasis in meaning. Vowel gradation, that means ablaut, cause a shift in the emphasis. I have already told you that there will be change in vowels, and this change in vowels cause a shift in emphasis. That means the stress which we give, emphasis, change in emphasis, and this variation in emphasis in turn leads to a change in meaning. That is, vowel gradation is determined by whether it occurs in a stressed syllable, can express a change of meaning. The way we stress a particular word, that will alter the meaning of that sentence, right? Consider this example. The first one, can he do it? Can he do it? Can. We are giving emphasis to can. Can he do it? Whether he is able to do it. And in the second sentence, can he do it? He is giving emphasis. And in third sentence, can he do it? So in these three sentences, by giving emphasis to particular words, we are giving more emphasis to certain words. So there will be a change or tone in these questions. But it's well evident through this example. The change in emphasis leads to change in meaning. When we give emphasis to particular words, or when we give emphasis to particular words in the same sentence, the tone and the meaning will be changed. Okay. And next, about types of ablaut. Actually, there are two types of ablaut. They are quantitative ablaut and qualitative ablaut. What is quantitative ablaut? When one vowel changes into another, it's called quantitative ablaut. When one vowel changes to another, example words like ran, to run, there is change in vowel. One vowel changes to another. This is called quantitative ablaut. Then what about qualitative? When there is a mere change in the quantity. That means if a vowel changes, in a word, if the vowel changes from a long vowel to a short vowel, or short vowel to a long vowel, it is called qualitative ablaut. That means there are two types of ablaut. First one is quantitative ablaut, in which one vowel changes into another vowel, and qualitative ablaut, in which the quality of the vowel will be changed. That is long vowel to short vowel, or vice versa. Okay. It's umlaut. Both ablaut and umlaut deal with the change in vowel, or vowel system. Now we have discussed the change in ablaut. Ablaut means the change in vowel. Ablaut basically means the change in vowels caused by the first one, ablaut. Ablaut deals with the change in the root vowels depending upon the class, the morphological class of the word, or sometimes the vowels got changed by the addition of suffix also. Now about umlaut. Umlaut happens when one vowel changes because of the influence of the following vowel. That is, the vowel of a root word changes because of the influence of the vowel in the suffix. Influence of a vowel in the following syllable cause a change to the vowel in the root word, particularly I or ear sound. I or ear sound. Okay. Now, the companion concept to ablaut, that is umlaut, that we can discuss in detail. Umlaut, it's a Greek term meaning sound alteration, change in sound, change in vowel sound. Umlaut is a German term meaning sound alteration. This term, that is umlaut, is used to denote a change, a sound change that took place in early Anglo-Saxon language, and this form a vowel change. This form a vowel change. That means umlaut is a vowel, a kind of vowel change, and this took place during the early Anglo-Saxon period, or early Anglo-Saxon language, or that means Old English language, and it was completed by about AD 700. Vowels in Old English words, particularly in accented syllables, were modified through the influence of E or Y. We write it as J, and the pronunciation of that is Y. I know you are all familiar with these sounds. Just for the sake of understanding, I told it again. Because of the influence of, particularly because of the influence of the sounds E and Y, the vowels of the root word got changed. In Old English words, particularly in accented syllables, this umlaut happened in accented syllables and in stressed syllables. These stressed syllables were modified by the influence of the sound E or Y in the next syllable. That is, the E or Y in the next syllable cause a change to the vowel of the root syllable, and afterwards this E or Y sound subsequently disappeared from the word itself. To make it more clear, the presence of the vowel E or Y in a syllable lead to the modification of the vowel of the root word. This is called umlaut. Clear? Mostly the affected vowels were all back vowels. What do you mean by back vowels? Back vowels are vowels pronounced with the back of the tongue. The back of the tongue positioned relatively back in the mouth. Using the back of the tongue raised towards the back portion of the mouth, the roof of the mouth. And the affected words, the umlaut, the change in vowels are usually back vowels or diphthongs, in which one of the element was a back vowel. This umlaut happens mostly to back vowels or diphthongs. The quality of the diphthong, so the particular diphthong of which one vowel will be definitely a back vowel. As a result of this influence of this E or ear sound in the next syllable, the back vowels were changed into front vowels. This change happens to, I have already told you that during umlaut, the change usually happens to back vowels or diphthongs, in which one sound will be a back vowel. And because of the influence of this E or ear in the next syllable, the vowel of the root word got changed into front vowels. This back vowel in the root word got changed to front vowel. Clear? So this mutation is also called front mutation. As the back vowels got changed into front vowels, this mutation is also called front mutation. Remember, umlaut is also called front mutation. Why? Because the influence of E or Y in the next syllable, the back vowels were changed into front vowels. So this umlaut is otherwise called front mutation. Consider the example: strang, an Old English word, strang. Strang plus the addition of the suffix idu, ithu, strang plus idu becomes strength, the modern English word. Here, with the influence of E, that is the back vowel, becomes the front vowel E. Not E, A. The addition of idu to the word strang because of the influence of the E sound in idu, the suffix, the vowel of the root word, that is the sound in the root word strang, become strength. The vowel changes to the a sound. The back vowel changes to front vowel represented by the letter E. The sound is Clear? A sound, the vowel sound changes to This is called front mutation. So umlaut is otherwise called front mutation. Is it clear now? Now, the process of umlaut sometimes account for the irregular formation in modern English words. That is, umlaut, like what we told in this example, strang plus idu gives strength. Similarly, umlaut lead to the formation of irregular verbs also. Irregular verbs. What do you mean by irregular verb? Irregular verbs means a verb that does not follow the normal pattern of inflection. That is like adding d or ed for past. Not by adding e or ad. Irregular verbs. Umlaut leads to the formation of irregular verb. Irregular verbs are verbs that does not follow the normal pattern of inflection, like adding d or ad. Not by adding e or ad for past. It changes. The vowel changes actually. The process of umlaut accounts for some irregular formation in modern English. For instance, umlaut leads to irregular plurals. The first category, here it is cited, the irregular plurals, like the change of singular word tooth to plural teeth. There, the vowel got changed. The singular vowel tooth changes to plural teeth, not by adding d or ad, but the vowel itself got changed. That means umlaut leads to the formation of irregular verbs. Second one, abstract nouns from adjectives. That is, long becomes length, strong becomes strength. Here also the vowel itself got changed, not by adding certain inflections or suffix d, or not by adding d or ad. Irregular verbs are formed here. Then the third one, umlaut leads to the change of verbs from leads to the formation of verbs from nouns. That is, example, food from feed, brood from breed, etc. Then the fourth change, the formation of verbs from adjectives. Example, full, fill, heal and heal. Next is comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives are also formed. Example, by adding ira to Old English word, to form its comparative, yalder, yald, E-A-L-D, yald plus ira, the suffix ira is added to form the comparative. And similarly, by adding ist to yald, we get yaldest, which later become eldest. Yaldest become eldest. Here there is a vowel change we can notice in the word eldest and elder. Yalder becomes elder and yaldest become modern English word eldest. Okay. Now this chart gives a clear picture of the change in vowels. Just to go through it and understand what are the vowels that got changed or modified as a result of umlaut. So to conclude these two concepts, ablaut is the variation of root vowels depending on the word's morphological class. So the root might show one vowel in present tense, another in past tense, and another in derived noun. English strong verbs are example. This process is inherited from Proto-Indo-European. Ablaut is the variation of the root vowels. The vowels in the root word, depending upon the change in the morphological class or tense. Uh, this is called ablaut. And the companion concept umlaut. Umlaut happens when one vowel changes because of the influence of the following vowel, particularly the vowels e and y. The influence of e and y sound. The influence of e and y sound leads to the change of the vowel in the root word. This is called umlaut. Umlaut is also called, I have already told you that umlaut is also called front mutation because of the influence of these two vowels e and y. The change in vowel happen in the root word. It's also called e mutation and y mutation. We read it as I mutation and J mutation, but actually it's E mutation and U mutation. Example, Seltan. Seltan, Seltan. Seltan was already Sajjana. That ear sound. The influence of this ear sound cause the change in the vowel ah, and it becomes a sound a, represented by the letter alphabet E in Seltan. In Proto-Germanic. This is an example for umlaut. But consider the word sit. Sit becomes sat. Here, because of the change in the morphological class or tense of the word, the vowel in the root word itself got changed. This is ablaut. This is the main difference. Ablaut is the change in the vowels of the root word itself because of the change in morphological class. Umlaut is the change of the vowel because of the influence of e or y sound in the following syllable. This is called umlaut. This is the main difference between ablaut and umlaut. There are many factors that led to ablaut, which we have discussed earlier, and ablaut is of two types. First is quantitative and qualitative ablaut, and the different possible ways that leads to ablaut. And about umlaut. I hope it's clear for you. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. You can either message me or call me and clear your doubt, or you can ask me when we will be there at college for offline sessions. Do study it, try to understand it, read the notes we have written in our notebook, and if you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me at any time. This is all for today. Thank you.